We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It has been reported that Nicki Minaj is reportedly joining KarolG on stage at this year's Coachella to perform their hit collaboration, Tusa, live for the first time. Let me know if you guys believe that. I don't know if I fully believe that, but Coachella, I think it's this weekend or next weekend. Nobody's really talking about it. But Justin, Sabrina, and KarolG are performing. I don't know if I fully believe that she's going to bring out Nicki Minaj. And the last time Nicki Minaj performed at Coachella was with Ariana Grande. And the performance she did with Ariana Grande was completely sabotaged. Her mic wasn't working. It was a mess. And allegedly, she was not happy behind the scenes in regards to that performance. But in my opinion, I don't know if I fully believe that she would pop out. I would love for it to happen, but I don't know if I believe it. Now, a lot of Cardi B fans are upset and they're deleting tweets because Cardi B did not outgross Nicki Minaj. For Madison Square Garden, Nicki Minaj still holds the spot for the highest grossing female rap show at an arena tour. And Nicki Minaj grossed $9.3 million in New York alone for all the shows she did during the Pink Friday 2 tour. Cardi B only grossed $5.3 million. Now fans are saying, oh, she's going to outgross Nicki in ATL. Okay? And here's my thing. This is why Cardi B will always be second. Okay, because y'all always, instead of focusing on Cardi B, they so focus on Cardi B beating Nicki Minaj, which is never gonna happen. Okay, because when it comes to talent, Cardi B doesn't have that. She has the theatrics, she has, maybe the backing from the industry, but she doesn't have the talent. So a lot of the stuff that she already gets, like the paid awards, are not genuine or is bought. Allegedly. Not only that, though, this is probably why Titanic Records, like Nicki Minaj said, wanted Cardi B and Nicki Minaj to do a joint tour because they knew that Cardi B was not going to beat Nicki Minaj when it comes to her tour. Okay? People genuinely love Nicki. They might not like everything she does, but they genuinely like Nicki. People only like Cardi B despite Nicki Minaj. Now, moving on from that, Ashley Everett, Beyonce's former dancer, was at Kanye West's LA Stadium concert, and she was getting dragged on social media for it. She came out and she posted a statement and she said, "For the record, I worked with Kanye when he performed Power Live on SNL with ballerinas in 2010. I was the assistant choreographer for everyone with their panties in a bunch that I went to see this, okay?" The Beehive is upset, obviously, because Kanye had called, Beyonce and Camel Face's children the R word and disabled and whatnot, which was not nice. Never a good thing to talk about children. I'm sure he wouldn't like people talking about Northwest. And there's a lot to talk about over there. But nobody is doing that. But we also gotta acknowledge the nasty things he said about black people, black culture, slavery was a choice, certain other things about other cultures and, other people's beliefs. He says some very derogatory things. So I do think that's another reason why she's probably getting dragged. But I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to Kanye. People still support him, but will drag Nicki Minaj. Like, it's kind of weird. I know a lot of people probably look at it as a betrayal to Beyonce that she went, but I'm not really shocked. I think her and Beyonce fell out, even though she performed at the Cowboy Carter halftime show back in 2024 on Netflix, that, performance Beyonce did on Netflix. I don't feel like Ashley really fuck with Beyonce like that. I think there's something there. That's why she stopped dancing with her. So I'm actually not shocked by this at all. I don't know why the beehive is. But Ashley Everett better be very careful because Beyonce kind of put you on. Kanye didn't put you on. Beyonce did. Okay? So you better be careful how you move because I noticed you move a little bit shady with Queen B. There was a time where fans were calling her out for liking negative posts about Beyonce as well. So there's something to this. Now, Cardi B did a freestyle and she received mixed reactions. Now, the freestyle was on the Jimmy Fallon show, I believe, and this is how it sounds.
You're a great singer. You don't have a jingle for this, do you? For Grow Good?
I haven't made one up yet.
Do you want to make one up now?
Grow Good's here, grow some hair for your big forehead.
That sounds like something I know. That sounds like something I know. I love it. I'm so happy for you. I always love when you come by. Keep crushing it, selling out shows. Don't stop. Cardi B.
Now, I've heard that jingle before, okay? So I don't know if this really counts as a freestyle, but Partisan Fontaine should have came on the set with Cardi B to write a jingle and a freestyle. Partisan, you're not doing your job correctly. You were supposed to have a pre-written freestyle, okay? So Cardi B didn't go up there and sound a damn fool. Now, I know she was just probably kidding. I don't really take this really too seriously at all. I know she was probably joking, but Cardi B freestyling on the spot is not something she can do, okay? So Partisan Fontaine, you should have done your job. Where were you? You MIA, okay? And I understand because I'm sure he don't get paid enough. But let me know how y'all feel about the freestyle. A lot of people were trying to compare it to when Nicki Minaj did her freestyle during the interview. But Cardi B's not a freestyler, okay? She's not something that can come up with a song off the dome. Now, moving on from that, Selena is getting the pregnancy allegations. A lot of people feel like she looks pregnant because of an outfit she wore at a Rare Beauty event, okay? And allegedly, if she is pregnant, Justin Bieber won't be happy about that, okay? Even though he already has a child with Hailey. But you know how there's a lot of double standards when it comes to Justin and Selena, okay? He was throwing shade at her when she announced her engagement to Benny Blanco. But I remember Selena Gomez saying that she could not have kids or something of that sort. So we don't know if this is true because, to be quite honest, I could have sworn I had heard or she had said publicly that she could not have kids. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I could have sworn, Selena has said something of that sort. But let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like everybody getting pregnant. Goodness gracious. Something is in the air. Okay, everybody is just getting pregnant and knocked up. Now, Zara Larsson also threw some shade at the Chart Obsessed Racist, confirming my nickname for, that particular artist. Zara Larsson said, "Playing the chart game is so dead to me. No one's looking at the charts but industry people and maybe the Chart Obsessed Racist fans." Interesting. Now, unfortunately, she's been getting dragged by the Chart Obsessed Racist fans. And so she decided to put out a post on Instagram and she said, "I did an interview in The Guardian saying no one cares about the charts but industry people and maybe the Chart Obsessed Racist fans. Because no one plays the chart game like the Chart Obsessed Racist. She's literally the best at it. And everyone knows that. It's not the read you guys think it is. And also, I care. Best believe I will try to release at least 2 different covers for my physical on my next project after Midnight Sun. I said that because I feel like I have some cultural value right now in pop music. Something I've never had to this level. But I'm not in the position to influence the charts. And I still think you can be amazing artist and not a chart. Those two things are not mutual equal to me and shouldn't be to any fans either. But I still want number one. Please make Midnight Sun number one, please. Okay, so this is what she said on Instagram. And here's the thing, Zara. Even though you are correct, she said facts. You can't always speak how you feel in the industry. And you just helped yourself get blackballed. I'm sure the Chart Obsessed Races is making phone calls right now. And when you drop your next album, best believe she dropping something that day. Okay? If you want to play the charts, did you say I was obsessed with the charts? I'm going to show you how obsessed I am, bitch. I'm dropping when you drop it. Okay? She's done it to Charlie XCX. She did it with a Billie Eilish and Billie called her out. She gonna be doing the same thing to you. You should have kept your bap shut because now she gonna sabotage you when that album drop. Okay? Once you get to trying to drop that album, she gonna be like, you know what? Let me drop a remix to Elizabeth Taylor or whatever the single she got out. She gonna be on your neck. You should have kept your bap shut. You just woke up the beast of the Chart Obsessed Races. You said I'm chart obsessed. You said that I care about the charts. You said my fans care about the charts. Well, I'm going to show you how much I care. Every time you drop, I'm dropping and I'm going to go number one. You ain't going to see it, okay? You should have never said that, Zara. You should have kept your bap shut, Zara. You know, unfortunately, now you're going to have to suffer the consequences. And I'm going to be right here to watch, okay? I'll be right here to watch. I bet you she gonna drop. Who wants to bet money? I bet you she gonna drop the same motherfucking day as Zara Larsson. I bet you. Zara, why you had to try the Chart Obsessed Races like that? Why you had to try her? You should have kept your bap shut, okay? You can't say everything you think, okay, or how you feel. That's not how the industry works. When you outspoken like this, you gonna have to face the consequences. I hate to see your career go bye-bye as soon as it just really started, but it's pretty much over for you, okay? No shade. And before y'all say, oh, the Chart Obsessed Races doesn't have the power to blackball anyone, well, look at the other people that have beefed with Taylor. What happened to Katie Cat? Okay? That didn't benefit Katie going up against the Chart Obsessed Races. Okay, why do you think Olivia Rodrigo don't want the smoke? Now, Zara did delete her post. So a lot of people are saying that she is not being genuine because she deleted I don't know if it was an apology or just clarification, but whatever you want to call it, she deleted it. So a lot of people feel like what she was saying wasn't genuine, okay? In my opinion, I feel like, Zara Larsson, if, the music career doesn't really work out, especially after, the Chart Obsessed Races blackballs you, you can always do Legally Blonde 3. If there's a third film for Legally Blonde, I think you should definitely audition, okay? Because you are funny, okay? And not that bright, in my opinion. No shade. Okay, this was one of the dumbest things you could have done. But I'm here for the Zara Larsson and the Chart Obsessed Races beef. Y'all can say the beef don't exist, but it will soon. Okay, mark my words. Now, Doechii has something to say on Threads. She said most of these female rappers, singers are just young ladies, some barely halfway into their 20s. The way I see young women getting torn apart in the media for trying their best makes my heart ache. Y'all, these are people's daughters, sisters, best friends. They are figuring it out, putting themselves out there, putting crazy hours into rehearsals, studios to make something beautiful for themselves and fans. Have grace, be kinder. It's a very vulnerable craft. They are trying. Now, let me know who you guys think she's talking about. I'm like, who is getting dragged in the media other than Zara Larsson, and it has nothing to do with her performing skills because she can perform. So I don't know who she's talking about, but that's what Doechii said. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I agree if we're talking about performing. If we're talking about performing, I think everybody should get grace. As long as you're putting in the effort, and not lazy like Sweetie, then, I definitely think you deserve grace. But if we're talking about people getting dragged for, writing dumb posts or shading artists like Zara Larsson or going back and forth with the paparazzi like Chapel the Clown, I definitely think you deserve to get dragged for it because you decide to do that. You guys have publicists. Y'all don't have to do that, attention-seeking antics all the time. So there's that. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Pooh Shiesty, Gucci, 50 Cent and Diddy, Usher, and Justin on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.